Ugh. I'll have to get some Taco Bell. Should clean the windows first because, man, they are filthy. So I'm actually a little pissed off today because, yesterday I got contacted by somebody from HR at the company that I work for, saying that today I will be contacted by, the corporate attorney and some other crap. And I was like, okay, what's this about? And she refused to answer questions, and it was just an endless runaround, and it was pissing me off. It's like, if you want to talk to me now. I mean, you got me on the phone. Well, today hit, and they called. It was like a 4 or 5 person conference, and it was all to do with a private message that I had sent somebody on Facebook. This person tried to get me fired and almost succeeded because of a message I sent on Facebook. Now, a little bit of a backstory to this. In the news, there was the kid that got arrested at a park because he was doing all kinds of stuff at this park, and there was a report that he was asking people for money and to buy him stuff, and there was reports of him entering like a bunch of cars, so they detained him, and he was being put under arrest for assaulting the security guard and another employee. And they handcuffed him, and they were walking him out, and he spit on them, so they put the spit bag on his head. Well, that was the backstory. She had started a post and started commenting, and she was telling people that she wants police to be killed, and she went on this huge rant about how she wanted cops to be killed, and how people should throw Molotov cocktails at these cops, set fire to their cars, set fire to their police precinct. She was going like really wild about it. Like it wasn't like, I hate cops, pigs are bad type thing. No, she went far out into, posting the address of the precinct that the officers were from, giving names of the officers, saying that people need to go and shoot them. It was really bad. And I had sent her a message explaining, that the bag that they put on the kid's head is a spit bag. It's made out of mesh. And that I used a few profane words, and yeah, I used profanity, but I used it in a private message. Her and one of her friends contacted my employer, which somehow they got that info, because it's not even listed on my Facebook profile. But they called my employer and told my employer that I violently attacked them and that I was threatening them. They sent the message that I gave them, or that I sent to my employer, saying that it was a threat, it was a public threat, and it's like, no, it's not public. There's nothing public about the message. And nowhere in it was a threat. Well, they told the company I work for told me that it doesn't matter, that I don't represent the company like they want me to. It was a long, like, hour and a half conversation, and it really pissed me off. Like, it pissed me off to the point where, you know, I had to take some time after the call. And like, who does that? Who calls for the killing of police and then files a complaint saying that somebody was threatening them? It's like, I called you a cunt because you are a fucking cunt. I mean, when you do something like that, that makes you a fucking cunt. And, you know, the lawyer and a whole bunch of the other people, they were on this lady's side. They were backing the woman for what she was saying. And it really pissed me off. And then, you know, there I sit trying to talk, and then, you know, the representative from my state, because the company I work for is out of state, but the company for my state said, hey, it doesn't matter if it was you know, reasonable speech or not, you shouldn't have said it. But it really pissed me off.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Do you guys have that 12 taco box?
Yes, we do. The party pack?
Yeah.
All right. Did you want all crunchy tacos?
Soft tacos.
All 12 stuff. You got it. What else can I get you?
Let's see. I'll just do that.
Everything on the screen correct for you?
Yep.
16, 17, please go forward. Thank you.
It's like they said that it would, like the Arizona representative said that it was reasonable for my response, but that, you know, I shouldn't have said it. And they kept going back to it's public, and it's like, no, it's not public. It is nowhere in it is it public. It was a private message. You can see that it was through Messenger, and they didn't believe me. But you know, it is what it is. It really pissed me off. I just don't understand it. I mean, how can my company back that kind of talk, but then yell at me for standing up for police and, you know, standing up for people that I stood up against somebody calling for the murder of people, and they threatened to fire me over it.
Hi there. 1617, please. Any hot sauce?
Mild.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause this for a bit. Tacos. Thank you.
Okay, and then
Oh, there. Got my tacos. And so it really pissed me off that, you know, the company that I work for, which is, you know, a government, you know, company, and is paid by the government, would stand up for somebody calling for the murder and deaths of government employees. Bless me. Whew. Like, this woman was belligerent. It was to the point where several of her comments were being deleted by the page for racist things, for you know, things against, you know, Facebook policy and whatnot. And like, it was really bad. And she was Like, everything that I said to her in that private message, it needed to be said, because I support the police when they're right, and they were fucking right. And even when they're wrong, I don't call for their deaths. I don't dox them. I don't tell people, hey, go down to this police department and set fire to these police officers. I don't do that. I'll call them a fucking asshole to their face, because they're an asshole. But, they were doing their fucking job, and this cunt, literally this fucking cunt, was sitting there saying that people need to kill these cops, and that cops need to be killed all around the U.S., and yada, yada, yada. But then my company contacts me from something a week ago saying, hey, we're gonna back her because, what you said was rude, and if you do something, like if we get one more complaint about you, you're fired. And it's like, one, you can't fucking do that, because I wasn't on company time, and two, because this has nothing to do with the company. I can be a complete and fucking utter asshole all I fucking want to be, as long as I'm not doing it at work or on company time, because that is a private matter, and you can't punish somebody during a private matter for something like that. That's not how this works. If I'm at work and I do that to somebody, that's one thing. But if you fire me because I called somebody a name outside of work, then that's a lawsuit. The whole equal opportunity thing, and right to work, that does not matter when you tell somebody, hey, what you say outside of work can get you fired, even if it has nothing to do with work. Then that's going against the Constitution, and that's actually against the law. People have lost, companies have lost millions from just what they threatened to do to me, and that really pisses me off. If they do fire me, though, they're going to have an issue, because the lawyer that's on retainer has actually gotten the government to give my patient many millions and millions of dollars for something. And it's like, if he can get the government to do that, then if I file a lawsuit against my employer for firing me for something I said outside of work that had nothing to do with work, then I'm pretty fucking sure I'm going to win. Especially when, there's actual laws against them doing that. That's plain and simple.